Hello again, everybody. This is Ed with Call Me Mr. Broadstreet. Welcome back to another episode. First of all, if you're enjoying the videos, I very much appreciate it. I welcome all the current subscribers and, of course, any new subscribers to the channel. If you enjoy the content, please make sure to give a thumbs up. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell so you can get future notifications. And today, I'm going to go ahead and review a book I've had in my collection for a while. The name of the book, it is, here we go, The Beatles After the Breakup, 1970 to 2000. The author is Keith Badman. Now this book I picked up in London when I visited November of 1999. I'm almost positive I got it at a Tower Records. Pretty sure it would be a Tower Records at that point in time that I would have gotten it. It was during a 2-week trip there. I, of course, got to see Abbey Road while I was there, which was very, very fun. I might go ahead and share those pictures another time, for another review another time, something separate with the specific trip itself. But I saw this book. It caught my eye. It's very well written. It's really a great year-by-year chronology of the Beatles after the breakup, as the title implies. Just a lot of good information on it. The only slight caveat that I've heard from different hardcore fandoms and groups is that, there may be some information in here that either could be a slight bit outdated or may not be quite accurate. But for the most part, I would say for the most part, it's in my opinion, very accurate. Really a great resource. He kind of cites other resources such as Mark Lewison. And you got to remember at the time, 1970 to 2000, the other caveat is this book only goes up to June of 1999 as far as then current events. So you're not going to get things, obviously, like the concert for New York in 2001. It's not going to cover the death of George Harrison in 2001. It's not going to cover what sadly happened to George near the end of 1999 with that horrible break-in. But it does cover, quite a bit of material. So today I just kind of wanted to, thumb through the book here again, just go through a couple key dates in solo Beatles history and Beatles history. It's by no means comprehensive. I'll show you a little bit of the layout in a second as well. Starts with April 1st, 1970, but really the first important date is April 10th, 1970, breakup of the Beatles. As you can see, let me go ahead and hold that up to the camera real quick. Just the format, you're going to get kind of a day-by-day format wherever the day is mentioned and however accurate the information was at the time. Again, just very, very well researched, as it were, just really well done in my opinion. Let's see here, just some other highlights and dates here. New York, August 1st, 1971, concert for Bangladesh that George did. Very important date in solo Beatles history, of course. Friday, August 31st, 1971, John and Yoko depart from London en route for America to go to New York City. Sadly, at the time, little did they know it, but John would not return to the United States at all after that point, given events that were to follow. We jump ahead. We've got some really cool little pictures as well from around the time period. You're going to kind of see these throughout the book, just a little bit for each section, kind of through the 70s and through the 80s. Let's see, we had a date in 1974. That would be December 9th, 1974. What do we have for that date? Why is that important? Well, John makes an unannounced guest appearance on Monday Night Football with Howard Cosell. And, of course, he follows the previous person interviewed on the program, who was by the name of Ronald Reagan. Wait, Ronald Reagan? The actor? A little Back to the Future joke for everybody. Kind of go ahead a little bit in time, just kind of skipping around the timeline a little bit. May 19th, Saturday, May 19th, 1979. Why is that an important date? Well, I'll tell you why. Eric Clapton throws a party for 200 guests for his marriage to George's former wife, Pattie Boyd. At the end of the evening, of course, you get Paul, George, and Ringo, as well as other celebrities present, including Mick Jagger, Denny Lane, Ginger Baker, and Lonnie Donegan. Kind of an impromptu concert on the stage. Now, this book, it says that no photos came out, but since the printing of this book, I've seen a couple photos of at least Paul, George, and Ringo through that time. Sadly, apparently, John's invitation was actually lost in the mail. Otherwise, that would have been a prime point for a Beatles reunion of sorts. That would have been perfect. Unfortunately, fate and time had other plans. We skip ahead to Wednesday, January 16th, 1980. What happened on that date? Well, Paul and Wings begin their Japanese tour, 1980, but Paul gets busted with just a little tiny bit of pot. Just a small bit. Being sarcastic, of course, but spends a couple days in jail, at least. So that was kind of a tumultuous year. December 8th, 1980, I'm sure, obviously hardcore fans, more casual fans will know, sadly, the passing of John Lennon on that date, a sad day, but it goes into a lot of detail on that particular date and the day after. Let's see, another important date here as we're looking through. Monday, April 27th, again, we see that Paul, George, and Ringo get together for Ringo's wedding on that date. Monday, April 27th, 1981, to Barbara Bach, Bond girl from The Spy Who Loved Me. We get a nice picture later of that as well. 1983, at least according to this book, Monday, July 25th, 1983, Paul, George, and Ringo are enjoying a quiet drink together in the bar of the Gore Hotel in Queensgate, Kensington, in London. So, see, they did hang out together after the group broke up. 1984, Friday, October 5th, No More Lonely Nights is released in America. Ha ha ha, see, you knew I'd go ahead and put that in there. You figured, right? Paul's soundtrack is released on Monday, October 22nd, 1984. And then there's a world premiere October 25th, 1984, for Give My Regards to Broad Street at the Gotham Theater in New York City. So just to kind of go ahead and put that out there. Again, just a couple important dates, a couple really good ones that I enjoy. Saturday, July 13th, 1985, small concert called Live Aid. More than a small concert, really, really good, actually. Probably my favorite over Woodstock. That's Live Aid is just basically a cornerstone of Generation X. MTV, get all these classic rock, bands and artists participating in both London and Philadelphia. Really amazing concert, in my view. Let's see, we get also another nice little photo. It says 1986. You're kind of getting some photos from Double Fantasy in 1980. John Lutz at the time while promoting the album in August through probably October of that year, I believe. Let's see here. Here we go. Wednesday, October 21st, 1987. Well, this is around the time of Cloud 9. More importantly, George and Ringo visit Paul at his London home in Cavendish Avenue in St. John's Wood. They spend a quiet evening together, dining, relaxing, and discussing future plans, including the long-forgotten official Beatles story, The Long and Winding Road. That'll become very important in a few moments here. Paul McCartney World Tour, Wednesday, July 4th, 1990, Washington, D.C. 56,000 people. He replaces the Lennon melody with a performance of Birthday in honor of the nation's 214th birthday. I remember that because I was there. That was my first rock concert. Mom and Dad, you'll remember that. Of course, I still have the ticket stubs. I'm going to cover that in a future review. So again, that's just a very memorable moment in my personal history with the Beatles, and really becoming a hardcore fan. We get some other nice photos here. This is from the 1981 Ringo wedding, where my finger is pointing right now, and on this particular page where I'm tapping, right there, which is kind of nice to see the three of them together. Obviously John and Yoko would have been there. Here at the bottom, you're going to get Paul from Live Aid, right there, 1985. Next to that, you're going to get Paul in 1989/1990 from Flowers in the Dirt. You see he's kind of growing the mullet back. Don't worry, I'm working on my own here. Here we go. Paul, George, and Ringo around the time of the anthology in 1994/1995. Which, yes, that does bring me to my next point. February 11th, periodically to the end of the month, they begin work on Free as a Bird, first new Beatles song in about 25 years. The last time they were all in the studio together was, I believe, January 3rd or 4th of 1970, at least for Paul, George, and Ringo. So kind of just fun to, go through that. Friday, June 23rd, they do some further recording, Paul, George, and Ringo, right there at George's studio at Friar Park. So again, more work on the Beatles anthology right there. Let's see here, and just just kind of a whole bunch of different things here. May 22nd, 1995. They're doing some more shoots for the Beatles anthology. Now that footage did end up in somewhat in the documentary and more of it in the bonus features. I will get to that in a future review. Again, you get that right there. First time they'd been back to Abbey Road in about 25 years, and rumor has it they visited the canteen. They're grabbing some, some crisps, chips to us in America, or fries to us in America, with some food for lunch, kind of visiting the cafeteria, just being very low-key about it. Of course, other people probably freaking out and losing their collective minds that, the three Beatles are right in the cafe for the first time in X number of years. So, that's kind of nice, kind of a nice little way to end it. And as I said, it only goes to about June 2nd, so, some future dates after that, they just go over some different exhibitions, that were scheduled for later in 1999. So again, just with the book itself, a really good reference. I mean, I get that there's a lot of stuff online. I understand that. There's search engines. There's Google. There's everything you could possibly want under the sun. There's YouTube, what you're currently watching. But here's the thing. Sometimes I do like to see something in print as well. And I really, really, really wish that, Keith, if you're listening, that he would update this book. I think it'd be really fascinating to have the past 20 years or so. Stuff like, McCartney 3, Memory Almost Full, Chaos and Creation in the Backyard, cover the Ringo albums, cover any George reissues within the past 20 years, covering, sadly, the passing of George in 2001. Again, I think all those things are very important, and I think it's really key as part of any good Beatles library. You want to have some good reference books, in my opinion. Again, it just helps, if you're looking up something, say for a video or for anything or just for the fun of it. It's really enjoyable. It's enjoyable to have on your bookshelf. If you're thinking, oh, well, when did that album come out? You flip through, you go, oh, okay, yeah, and, it lists it. It's very good. I think the only slight downside, as I'm looking through, I don't think there's a discography in here. And as I look through again, not really discography, but I mean, you're getting a lot of details anyways. You're getting a lot of details. Sometimes on the same day, it's going to break up different events, such as one day, John might have been doing something in England, and then on that same day, oh wait, well, George was promoting this, over in America, so on and so forth. Again, just very well researched, part of any essential library. I will put that book up with anything by Mark Lewison. I know, again, he uses a lot of stuff from Mark Lewison in his research, but it's good to have this now nearly 50-year voyage of the Beatles' solo career. Again, I just think it is so interesting and really not quite as documented as the group years, at least in the general public consciousness. So again, an essential book to wrap everything up. I really enjoy reading it. It's great to thumb through. Pick up a copy if you can. I received no compensation for this whatsoever other than the joy of just bringing something to you, the joy of sharing memorabilia, sharing my impressions and sharing more reviews. So next review, what I'm going to do is actually kind of a two-parter for Wingspan. Now, Wingspan, the 2001 documentary released in May of 2001. I'm going to do the documentary first, and then for the second part, I'm going to go ahead and cover the album itself, the double CD, as it were. Show just a couple of pieces. So you'll get my impressions of it. And just to wrap it up again, thank you all so much for listening. Again, thank you to all the current subscribers. Any new subscribers here, please feel free to check out other videos. I've got more videos coming and just more good stuff down the road. Thank you so much. Be safe. Be kind to one another. Again, just please make sure to give a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Much appreciated, and I will see everybody next time. Thank you so much.